Hello and welcome to The Hero's Word. I'm Andre, and today I'm gonna give you a few recommendations on what to read if you are just getting into comics. As a comic shop owner and avid reader, I like to recommend books for people that have never gotten into comics. They're always like, hey, where do I start? There's so much history. So I'm gonna start with some of DC's Rebirth titles. For those of you who don't know, DC Rebirth was a rebranding and a rebooting of the DC universe after the New 52 arc. But the coolest thing about this is that it has reinvigorated the very popular and classic DC characters, made them a little bit more relevant and enjoyable, but best of all, accessible to everybody. So for Rebirth, some of the strongest titles are Batman. This is the Caped Crusader at his best. I really recommend starting with the graphic novels. There are currently 4 of them. The first one is entitled I Am Gotham. Great story by Tom King, excellent art, and we see Batman in a really mentoring role as he is kind of teaching the superhero ropes to 2 new superheroes in Gotham. This story was excellent, the art was fantastic, and it continues in sequential stories like I Am Bane and I Am Suicide. Batman is continually one of DC's best-selling comics, and it is definitely worth reading, especially if you've never read Batman yet. The Scarlet Speedster, known as the Flash, has another really good comic from DC. Now, if you're new to Flash comics, this is a great place to start with Flash Rebirth. They're, again, at the trade paperback level number 4, and if you catch up reading all of those, you can get into the issues that come out twice a month. If you like Flash from the TV show, I think you would definitely like this series. It captures some of the quirkiness of the main character, the Flash, and it puts him in a little bit of a different role in his daily job. It isn't the young Barry that you're used to, but it is still a very, very cool take on the Flash with excellent villains and some really scary situations for the Scarlet Speedster. The Flash has some humorous moments and some excellent action sequences as he takes on people that can even rival his take on the Speed Force. Green Arrow is another popular character from the CW show, and his comic is just as good as that television show. We see Green Arrow more with Black Canary, and they form kind of like their own dynamic duo. This book has excellent art, it has great writing, and the relationship between the 2 of them has never been better. Green Arrow is one of those characters that is more kind of like a down-to-earth street level, but the book also puts him in some very precarious situations that he can only solve with the help of the Black Canary. Catch this book in trade paperback first and read your way up for the 4 volumes and then go on to the issues. One of my favorite all-time superheroes is Superman. DC's run in Rebirth of the Man of Steel is quite epic, but it's a different take on Superman. This is the classic Kal-El Clark Kent, but he is married to Lois Lane and he has a son named Jonathan. In this series, we see Superman raising a superpowered youngster and all the trouble that he gets in while trying to learn his powers. Great heartfelt story, amazing art, and again, situations that only Superman could be in, but now he's got to teach his son the legacy of the House of El. This is an amazing series. I think it's the best Superman has been in several years, so I hope you'd give this book a try. It is fantastic. Wonder Woman, the Amazon Princess, has had an enormously great run. The movie was super successful, and her comic in Rebirth has been excellent. This series told the classic origin tale of Diana, as well as a contemporary tale with amazing art by Liam Sharp. Wonder Woman is poised to be one of the absolute best characters going forward. This series has taken her to new heights, as well as telling interesting tales on some of her rogues gallery. The art has never been better, the storytelling never more dynamic. Wonder Woman is such a great character, and you see how she plays off other members of the Justice League within this series as well. Wonder Woman is a great book for comic readers of all ages and any level of comics that you have been reading. So if you've never read comics, she's a great place to start because for the most part, she's off in her own corner, but then she goes into the wider world and is introduced to other heroes that you'll see in the series. So there you have it, a couple of great recommendations if you're brand new to comics. These are all DC Rebirth titles, and it's an excellent place to start. If you enjoyed these books, make sure you check out some of DC's other titles, and I encourage you, wherever you tend to shop, ask those people what they're reading. They can give you recommendations, and I'm sure you'll love them. I'm Andre, and that's the Hero's Word. If you enjoyed this video, check out the 2 that Uatu the Watcher has selected. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll never miss the latest Hero's Word.